So, good afternoon. One of the jobs that I love to do each year is to write the script for the Christingle. And it often begins with me reading the first two chapters of Matthew and Luke. Hardly breaking news, shock, horror, family's worker reads Bible to inspire him for script. But I wanted to share with you the person that triggered the whole thing this year. And that was somebody who often gets left out, and that is Zecharaiah. So we're going to move down and do some filming on location in the church to explore what was it about his story that was so incredible. Let's take a look. So have you ever wondered about where the people leading the service at St. Matthew's emerge from? Well, they come out of here, the vestry. Now I imagine the holy place in the temple where Zechariah was burning incense was a little bit grander than this. Anyway, he was there on his own, doing his own thing. He wouldn't have been expecting an interruption, let alone, "Don't be afraid, I bring you tidings of great joy." And so the angel goes on to tell him about the special baby that his wife Elizabeth is going to have. Now, the only response that he gives seems to be entirely reasonable to me. I'm a bit old. The missus is a bit old. How can I be sure that's going to happen? A seemingly reasonable question, but for his doubts, he's struck dumb. Imagine this scene one Sunday morning. Ian walks out of the vestry, takes off his mask, and gets ready to start the service. Nothing. It says he could make signs, something like, I think most of us would be thinking, what did happen in the vestry? Fast forward to Elizabeth having the baby. Now on Sunday we're going to celebrate a baptism, and part of this is welcoming the baby into God's family. Now, the same thing happened for Zechariah's baby at 8 days after it was born. And this is where the baby got the name. And he wrote John on a big writing tablet, despite all the protests about him not being Zechariah Jr. or whatever the family name was that he was expected. What happened next? That is what flipped the switch for me. In my head, nobody could have blamed Zechariah after he'd been struck dumb for 9 months. What actually happened, though, is truly remarkable. It says, immediately he could speak. He praised God, saying, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come and redeemed his people." Wouldn't that be a great thing to happen to us this Christmas? Despite all the stuff that's around us that can lead us to justifiable grumbling, we could be so taken by the impending arrival of a little baby saviour that all that other stuff melts away and we can do nothing except simply express our praise. I hope that's your experience of Christmas.